Regardless of your current financial situation, it's important to be careful with your money and avoid common mistakes to get through tough times. So, if you're looking to avoid some personal finance mistakes in 2024, then you're in the right place. Today, we'll talk about all sorts of mistakes, from spending on the little things to not having any plan at all whatsoever. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. Let's dive right in. Mistake number 1, spending on the little things. Big fortunes can slip away when we spend money on small things. Buying a fancy coffee, going out for dinner, or paying for another streaming service might not feel like a big deal, but those little expenses add up. For example, spending just $50 a week on dining out adds up to $2,600 a year. That money could cover a few extra credit card payments, couldn't it? If you're going through tough financial times, avoiding this mistake is crucial. It's these little things that always end up adding up big time. At that moment, it doesn't feel like much. You tell yourself, oh, it's just $4. Oh, it's just $5. But here's the thing. These $4 or $5 are adding up and causing you a world of hurt later on in life. Am I asking you to completely stop going out and spend all your time at home? No. However, instead of going out for lunch every day, maybe you can pack your own lunch 4 days a week. Instead of getting your morning cup of coffee from Starbucks every day, maybe you can just brew your coffee at home. And when it comes to spending on those small things, nothing parts your money from you better than online shopping. So make sure you're not being enticed by those pesky Instagram or TikTok ads and buying up random stuff that you may not need on Amazon. Saving a portion of your income each time you're paid is essential. We suggest allocating 30% towards savings. Next, prioritize your necessities such as food and rent with 50% of your income. Finally, designate 20% for those small, fun items. Mistake number 2, never-ending payments. Take a moment to think about whether you truly need the things that make you pay regularly, month after month, year after year. Stuff like cable TV, music services, gym memberships that you never use, or streaming services can make you shell out money continuously without actually owning anything in the end. Especially when money is tight or you're aiming to save more, simplifying your lifestyle by cutting unnecessary expenses can help you build up savings and provide a safety net during financial challenges. You may not feel it, but these things really add up to a ton of money later on. Do you really want to spend your hard-earned money on Netflix if you're just going to watch it once a month? Instead, try to figure out what you need, what brings value to you, and pay for that. But don't pay for endless websites, streaming services, or things that just take your money. Mistake number 3, living on borrowed money. It's pretty common for people to use credit cards for everyday things like gas and groceries, but it's not a smart money move, especially when you end up paying high double-digit interest rates on stuff that's long gone before you finish paying the bill. The interest rates on credit cards make the things you buy way more expensive. Plus, you might end up spending more than you actually earn. According to Investopedia's research in December 2023, the average interest rate on credit cards was 24.37%, which is incredibly high. So it's generally not the best idea to rely on credit cards for essential purchases. Now look, I understand that many folks get into the entire credit card game to build and improve their credit and for all the benefits. So if you've got the discipline to use your credit card wisely, then go for it. Knock yourself out. However, if you're impulsive and haven't always had the best luck with using credit cards, then the best thing for you to do would be to cut up those cards for good. Mistake number 4, buying a new car isn't always the best idea. Many people buy new cars each year, but not everyone can pay for them up front. However, relying on loans to buy a car doesn't always mean you can actually afford it. Just because you can make the monthly payments doesn't mean the overall cost is manageable. When you borrow money for a car, you end up paying interest on something that's losing value over time. This is especially true if you trade in your car every few years, as you often lose money on each trade. While some situations may require taking out a loan for a car, it's worth questioning whether you really need a large SUV, which can be costly to buy, insure, and fuel. If you have to borrow money for a car, consider choosing one that's fuel efficient and has lower insurance and maintenance costs. Cars can be pricey, and buying more than you need might mean spending money that could be better saved or used to pay off debt. Mistake number 5, spending too much on housing or rent. When it comes to buying a house or renting an apartment, going bigger might not be the best idea, especially if you don't have a big family. A 6,000 square foot home can lead to higher taxes, maintenance, and utility bills. Before making a decision, think about the overall costs, not just the monthly mortgage or rent payment. Do you really want to commit a big chunk of your monthly budget for a long time? Consider what matters most to you in your home. If a large yard is a top priority, that's okay, but be aware that it comes with additional costs like hiring services, buying equipment, following homeowner association rules, and dealing with unexpected issues. Think it through to make sure your housing choices aligns with your financial priorities and budget. Speaking of housing, please don't use your home equity like a piggy bank. Refinancing your home and taking out cash means sharing ownership with someone else, usually the bank. It can be a good idea if you can get a lower interest rate or use the money to pay off high-interest debt. On the flip side, you could also consider a home equity line of credit. This lets you use your home's equity similar to a credit card. However, keep in mind that you might end up paying extra interest just to use your home equity line of credit. It's essential to weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. Mistake number 6, living paycheck to paycheck. In June 2021, the personal savings rate for U.S. households was 9.4%. Fast forward 2 years, and by October 2023, it had dropped to 3.8%. This suggests a trend where many households are struggling to save, potentially living paycheck to paycheck. Overspending puts people in a tough spot where they rely on every dime they earn, and missing one paycheck could be disastrous, especially during an economic downturn. To prepare for unexpected events, financial planners often recommend having 3 months' worth of expenses readily accessible. This buffer can be crucial in situations like job loss or economic changes, preventing you from falling into a cycle of debt. While household savings increased during the pandemic, it's essential to be aware that one-time savings might not last, and any nest egg built during that time could have already been spent. Keeping a financial safety net is crucial for long-term stability. Mistake number 7, not planning for retirement. Now that we've entered 2024, maybe it's time you start thinking about retirement as well. Ensuring that your money is actively working for you in the markets or other income-generating investments is vital if you hope to retire comfortably. Regularly contributing to dedicated retirement accounts is key to building a financial cushion for your retirement. Explore the benefits of tax-deferred retirement accounts and utilize employer-sponsored plans. Consider the time frame for your investments to grow and assess your risk tolerance. If needed, seek guidance from a qualified financial advisor to align your investment strategy with your goals. Planning ahead and making informed choices can significantly impact your ability to enjoy a financially secure retirement. Okay, another thing, and this is going to seem counterproductive to be honest, but it works. Don't use your retirement savings to pay off debt. While it might seem like a good idea to use your retirement account to pay off high-interest debt, it's not as straightforward as it appears. The potential gains from your retirement investments, compounded over time, can be lost. Moreover, repaying the borrowed funds can be challenging and costly fees may apply. While borrowing from your retirement account can be a viable option with careful planning, even those with disciplined financial habits may struggle to rebuild these accounts. Once the debt is settled, the urgency to repay your retirement account may diminish, leading to the temptation to resume previous spending habits. To avoid falling back into debt, it's crucial to live as though you still have debt to pay, this time to your retirement fund. Maintaining this mindset ensures continued financial responsibility and safeguards your long-term financial well-being. Mistake number 8, not having a plan. Your financial future hinges on your current actions. While many invest so many hours in TV or social media, allocating just an hour a week for financial planning often seems overlooked. It's crucial to prioritize and dedicate time to understanding your financial path. Take the initiative to spend some time each week planning your finances so you can navigate towards your financial goals. And make sure to read finance books and talk to financial advisors about your financial future. It'll pay off in the end. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to this channel to learn everything that you can about personal finance. Thank you for watching this video on personal finance mistakes to avoid in 2024. Let us know in the comments below what you think will help you the most. Here's to becoming rich and financially free.